You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this St. Patrick's Day for WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A special remembrance ceremony was held today in Nanticoke to honor lives lost during the pandemic. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more from the event at Luzerne County Community College.
A bell was rung this afternoon during a ceremony at Luzerne County Community College in Nanticoke to remember lives lost to COVID-19. It's been over a year since the pandemic struck the United States, claiming the lives of over 500,000 people. Officials at the college held a special remembrance to honor the lives lost and look to the future.
It was an honor to be part of any event at LCCC, but to be a part of the opening event and to be able to share their concern and their understanding and their appreciation of all the folks that have lost their lives.
Like many other colleges, LCC had to close its doors last year to in-person learning and find alternative ways to educate the student body.
And I really believe in life that you learn so much in times of adversity, much more than you do in good times. You learn so much about yourself, about your character, about your resilience and your determination.
Many students also experienced setbacks and hardships while navigating their educational journeys through the pandemic.
I've learned during this period of time about, the young man who, 19, 20 years of age, he's working 2 part-time jobs, he's going to school, he needs the jobs in order to have enough money in his pocket, pay for gas and get here. He lost those jobs. But he continued to pursue his education. He continued to explore other opportunities to find a job. And it was difficult.
The Ascom United Methodist Church played a role in lending a helping hand to the students.
The church is an outreach community church, and they just continue to want to be involved in the community, and have found that the students, some of the students here, are very receptive to however we can help them, and that's been a joy for our church.
LCCC President Thomas Leary ended the ceremony with words of encouragement for the community.
Hopefully, we are turning the page, not only here, but throughout the United States and hopefully throughout the world. And as we turn that page, we should learn from what we're so capable of doing, but we should also learn all of the kindness that we have extended to one another during this very challenging time.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. The new nonprofit Fork Over Love came to Hazleton for their first of 2 food distributions in the area. And our Phil Kaufman has the details.
Fork Over Love, a new nonprofit that not only provides food for those in need, but benefits the business of local restaurants too. And their first stop in the Hazleton area is here at the Hazleton Integration Project Center.
Fork Over Love is a new nonprofit, and our mission is to bridge the gap between restaurants and residents who are struggling. And so we started at the beginning of January, and we're about 10 weeks in now. We've distributed over 2,700 meals, and we've put 27,000 plus some back into our local restaurant economy.
So how does the operation work, you may ask?
So we purchase takeout meals from our restaurant partners at a profit, and then we take those meals and we distribute them at free community dinners. So whether you need a dinner because you're just having a bad day, or whether you need a dinner because you're unemployed and times are really hard, you are welcome to come to our free dinners and get takeout for your family.
Fork Over Love is 100% volunteer and donation operated, with an estimate of $10 feeding one person. The distributions in Hazleton are only 2 of many others in the area.
We have been rotating around since we started doing this at the beginning of February. We've been in West Pittston, Wilkes-Barre, Plains. We were really anxious to come up to Hazleton and found great partnership through the Hazleton Integration Project and also Holy Rosary Church. So we just move around. Every week we distribute 400 meals in a different neighborhood.
Today's distribution included food from the Avalon Restaurant, the Pines Eatery, Manuel's Empanadas, and the Damas Bakery. And in April, they'll be back once more in the area.
We'll be at Holy Rosary Church on April 7th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. I know that there are still reservations that are open for that event, so people can go to forkoverlove.com and sign up for that free dinner, or they can call.
You can visit their website, or that number to call is 570-331-8362. Reporting at the HIP Center for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. A Hazleton man will spend the next 7 years behind bars after being sentenced on drug trafficking charges. 32-year-old Hubert Rosario allegedly conspired with others to distribute heroin and fentanyl from February of 2018 through July of 2019. Rosario was sentenced yesterday to 84 months in prison, followed by a 4-year term of supervised release. The case was investigated by the Drug Enforcement Administration and state police. A Pennsylvania woman was charged by the FBI for taking part in the insurrection at the nation's Capitol building back on January 6th. 30-year-old Annie Howell of Sawyersville was charged with disorderly or disruptive conduct, trespassing and violent entry, and obstruction of Congress. The FBI obtained a video of Howell inside of the Capitol conference room and later got a search warrant for her Facebook account, where she allegedly used her posts to incite the crowd in order to storm the building. She was indicted by a federal grand jury and released on bail. She's scheduled to appear via video in U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia in D.C. next Wednesday. Possible legal action may take place concerning the Luzerne County District Attorney's seat. County Council declared the seat vacant back on March 9th after Stephanie Salavantis filed a petition to run for County Court of Common Pleas judge. Salavantis already announced plans to resign from the DA's position on March 25th, when she's officially on the May 18th primary election ballot. Council decided to vacate the seat because county charter stipulates that a DA must resign if they file for a nominating petition. However, state law says that the county court makes the appointment as to who would fill the vacancy. Salavantis' action includes requesting a court to declare council's vacancy resolution unlawful and seeks a court declaration that the Court of Common Pleas shall fill any DA vacancies under state law. Off-campus gatherings are to blame for dozens of COVID-19 cases at Wilkes University. Over 30 students tested positive since March 8th, and the university's online COVID dashboard revealed that 138 students were in quarantine as of Tuesday. The university plans to initiate disciplinary action as the gatherings were in direct violation of their health and safety protocols in place. School officials urge students to remember that one evening of poor decisions can have a profound impact on themselves, their families, and their peers. Authorities in Georgia arrested a suspect for his alleged involvement in the fatal shootings of 8 people Tuesday afternoon. 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long allegedly targeted 3 Atlanta area spas. 4 women were killed shortly after 5 p.m. in Actworth, a suburb of Atlanta. Less than an hour later, 4 women were killed in 2 shootings in the city. 6 of the women appear to be Asian, though authorities say the shootings were not racially motivated. Rather, that Long potentially had a sex addiction. Over 3,000 crimes against Asian Americans were reported nationwide since the pandemic began. New York City police deployed counterterrorism officers today as a precautionary measure. Long was taken into custody Tuesday following a brief manhunt, but there's no word on the charges at this time. Coming up on WYLN News, will we see Little Leaguers rush to Williamsport this year? Plus, an exciting event to mark on your calendar. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Gio, and I'm 3 years old. The weather is going to be tomorrow rainy, so get your umbrella. Bye.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hey guys, it's Ray Merrill. It's Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton Mazda. Hey guys, I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of brands out there. You're looking for something all-wheel drive. You're looking for something sporty. You're looking for something reliable. According to Consumer Reports, Mazda has emerged as the most reliable car brand, beating Toyota and Lexus. You might as well get the most reliable car from the most reliable dealer. So if you're in the area, come on down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. We are the largest Mazda dealer in central Pennsylvania as far as inventory goes. Check them out online at blazealexander.com. We'll even deliver them to you.
The Pennsylvania Capitol buildings preparing to reopen to the public on March 22nd. The Department of General Services announced Tuesday that public entrances will be limited to the main Capitol, East Wing, and North Office building entrances. Visitors must wear a mask and practice social distancing, and the entrances will have sanitizing stations and masks for visitors without them. DGS is also working in a bipartisan manner with the House and Senate to identify steps to strengthen security at the Capitol in light of what unfolded in D.C. back in January. No events will be scheduled inside at this point in time, but outdoor ones on the front Capitol steps, Soldiers Grove, and other locations may happen while following mitigation orders. Play ball, hopefully. It's been a year since the COVID cancellation of the Little League World Series. However, organizers are hopeful the late summer classic will return this August for the 11 to 12-year-old players. The plan must include figuring out a way to safely bring together players from all over the globe. So Little League established a pandemic response commission dedicated to figuring out how to pull off the 2-week spectacle in Williamsport. By mid-May, organizers hope to have a better handle on answers to the big questions: travel, housing, and how many people can attend. The next 5 months will focus on helping millions of Little Leaguers get back onto the field and hoping that the best of the best can end their summer in Williamsport. Heritage Hill Senior Community's excited to report that the Easter Bunny will be making an appearance on Saturday, March 27th from 2 to 4 p.m. Hop on over to 800 6th Street in Weatherly for a drive-through Easter extravaganza. Bring your camera to take a picture with the Easter Bunny and pick up some candy and cookies to go. Each child will receive an Easter egg with a ticket for a special prize. Adults can also enter their raffle for a chance to win some cool stuff. Make sure to RSVP by calling 570-427-4500 or email rtim with 2 M's at heritagehillsenior.com. Coming up on Shepton's News Choice on this Wellness Wednesday in Community and You, scheduling a colonoscopy just got easier at LBHN. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 3. Stay with us.
Good News Wednesday, we're congratulating Tyrone's Market as they celebrate their 80th anniversary in business since 1941.
Who would think that we would be here for 80 years? When my father and Uncle Dominic had a vision of starting their own supermarket in 1941. They worked for Genetti's and they decided that they wanted to try it on their own, and they did. And with the help of family, brothers, sisters, all the fellow workers that helped them, we have lasted 80 years. And they gave us a good foundation, and their motto was, give the people what they want, quality, service, and they'll be back. And that's what has happened.
Congratulations to Tyrone's on their 80 years. That's your Good News Wednesday. Thank you for joining us here on WYLN.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing. Backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328. Two Italian Guys Pizzeria. 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
Welcome to Community News here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and this is another Wellness Wednesday. Thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. It is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and we are on location at the Health and Wellness Center with surgeon Dr. Jonathan Perry. How are you?
Hey everyone, I'm good.
Good. So what are some of the ways that people can reduce their risk of colorectal cancer altogether?
We were supposed to tell you that you should eat healthy. There's increased risk for colorectal cancer with maybe animal fats, low fiber diets, alcohol, smoking. We know these are very difficult things to change in our lives. Obviously, if you can make the change, fantastic, and we want to support you with that. But honestly, the best thing you can do to prevent and or catch colon cancer early on is get a colonoscopy. It's one of the major success stories in our healthcare system in terms of preventing issues and or mortality related to this process.
And with colonoscopies, what is the age range and how often should people be getting them?
Okay. Well, for a person of average risk, and who is that? Somebody maybe doesn't have any people in their family with colon cancer or other cancers. We like to have them start their colonoscopies at 50. Really, 90% of the people that are going to have any concern for colon cancer, it's going to be 50 or above where that process begins. So if you're less than 50, please don't stress about these things unless you have a family member that maybe had some scare early on. You want to kind of have maybe get colonoscopies done 10 years before their scare occurred.
Now, along the lines of a colonoscopy, what are some of the ways to kind of reduce the stress that surrounds a colonoscopy? I know knowing more is better, and it's definitely not as scary as people may assume or read about or WebMD, whatever. But, you know, it's a simple procedure, so tell us all about it, the before and after, how people can prep.
Okay. Well, I think that's a question I really did want to talk about today, because that's the biggest issue that I find in my encounters with people, that they're very stressed. What is a colonoscopy? What does it involve? What's the prep like? And believe it or not, you know, it is a very easy procedure to undergo. Granted, we have people on liquid diets usually the day before. There's a prep you have to take. Everybody in our group, in Lehigh Valley, we use the newer preps, and they're considered low volume, and they usually actually taste good. I always ask for feedback, and people say that, hey, that wasn't bad at all. So the prep issue is not near as bad as it was 10, 15 years ago. Believe me, we've heard the horror stories. But the day of the procedure, everybody goes to sleep for the procedure, the light sleep, not the deep sleep, but it is a good sleep. Actually, another common feedback I get is somebody might have the procedure done and it takes 30 minutes, but they said, oh, I felt like I slept 8 hours. So a lot of times it's a refreshing sleep. But it's a light sleep, so you don't remember anything, you don't feel anything. The procedure is done, and then usually if we have no findings, you might be good. Don't have to have another colonoscopy for 10 years. But if we have findings, we're obviously going to have you back and discuss what those findings are. Even if you have some findings, most of the time it's maybe a little hyperplastic polyp or something that is benign in nature. So not much to stress about, but that's, again, the success story of what we do. So we catch all these things well before they become anything scary. So it behooves people to deal with something before it becomes scary or stressful, and that's what we want to get you through that process.
And along the lines of scheduling a colonoscopy, tell us about LVHN's new direct screening program.
Well, we know that coming to office appointments, going through all of these processes, it's a lot of hoops to jump through. People have to take off work, very inconvenient. So maybe younger age, if you're low risk with minimal medical issues, and you just want that colonoscopy in order to make sure that we're doing our preventative health needs, then we have a fast-track screening colonoscopy process, and it's where you can engage with your primary care person. Sometimes that's actually your internal medicine or family practitioner. Sometimes that's actually your OB, gynecology doctor. But those guys are linked in, and they can put in an order and put the information through the system where they can just get you set up right to have a colonoscopy. You're not going to not meet the person doing the procedure, but we'll talk to you, go through that process a little bit, make sure you feel comfortable, and then we can get it done. And you're only taking one day out of your schedule instead of multiple days.
Thank you so much, Dr. Perry, for squeezing us in between calls today.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
And thank you, everybody watching out there. Remember, do the prep work. Early detection is key to living a healthier life. That's it for this Wellness Wednesday in Community and You. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Life is different, but it hasn't stopped. So when curiosity turns into a rash, an LVHN video visit is just a click away. No matter what you need, whether it's a phone call with a primary care provider or a specialist, or you just need advice on your health, we have a virtual care option that's right for you. And the best part? You'll always be seen by a Lehigh Valley Health Network provider. Visit lvhn.org/virtual to learn more.
Vaccines will be the way we're going to beat COVID. Until they're available, you may have questions. Why should we get vaccinated? How do we sign up? What are the facts? We trust the pros, people just like you and me. Vaccines on a special series of Pocono Mountains magazine.
I'm Jonathan. I got the shot.
I'm Luz. I got the shot.
I'm Dr. Cruz, and I got the shot.
Why didn't you get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I got the vaccine to protect my family, my friends, and my neighbors.
Why? Why wouldn't you? It's safe. It's our best chance to get back to life as normal.
Normal would be nice.
You mean someday I won't have to wear a mask anymore?
Yes, you can trust your doctors and nurses, especially when they say get the vaccine.
What if anyone believes the vaccine was created too fast? Billions of dollars and unprecedented cooperation went into making the vaccine safely.
I'm living proof, and so are millions of others who got the shot.
More than 500,000 people in Pennsylvania have had at least one round of the vaccine.
That's a lot of people, and more are getting signed up every day.
The experts, trusted local healthcare providers, say the vaccine's safe.
So sign up.
Signing up online or with a simple phone call gets you on the list and ready when the time's right.
And it's sooner than you think.
Our local hospitals and pharmacies are doing everything by the book.
The sooner you're vaccinated, the sooner we can all breathe easier.
Literally and figuratively.
Even if you're at low risk, you and everyone around you will benefit from the COVID-19 vaccine.
The vaccine is our best shot against this deadly pandemic. Get yours and get protected.
People just like you and me know firsthand the importance of getting vaccinated. It's safe, so sign up. The vaccine is no cost to you, and it's a way each of us can fight against COVID. Need more info? Visit PoconoMountains.com/COVID-19.
Wyln's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, we'll be sitting down with State Representative Tara Toohill, who's leading the way for part 3 of this week's series.
And welcome back, folks, to Leading the Way. We are joined by State Representative Tara Toohill. So what are some things that, as a state representative, many don't know about the job and what comes with it? And I guess what are some challenges or some achievements that, as a state representative, you face and you accomplish as well?
So one of the things I think that's hard to understand when you're looking at it from the outside is a bill becoming a law. Why would it be so hard? And truly it has to pass out of committee, then you have to get it on the House floor. And I've really mastered that. I mean, this session I've had a bill already move out of committee and it's over in the Senate. But that whole process is sometimes very political. You have to get the ear of the right person to get your bill moving, and your bill has to be a priority. So the property tax issue is a great example. People want the property tax relief. And there's other parts of the state, so we care about that, and I care about that here. But there's other parts of the state that is not a priority for them. That there's, much higher incomes. There's not an interest in changing the property tax system, and it's linked to our education system, which is very unfair to seniors. And so that's one of the hardest parts to understand, is that you can't just pass any bill that you want and get it to go over to the Senate, get it to come back, and then have the governor sign it. And there's a lot of partisanship in there. There's also, is it going to be Phil's bill or is it going to be my bill? So there's an ownership and authorship issue. So it's definitely much more difficult, and sometimes that's a positive thing, but then many times it's a big negative for the people out there and what they want accomplished. And sometimes you feel like you're just fighting an uphill battle trying to get certain items done.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.